good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever it is that you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. Once upon a time, I worked as a diversity specialist in a prestigious university in California. And this university had a big long-term vision for themselves as an entity. And what they realized along the way was part of the strategies that they needed to, realize their long-term plan was they needed to recruit and enroll more non-white students, black students, Hispanic students, Asian students. And so then they had these different tactics to bring these students in, different kind of recruitment fairs, incentives, etc. And it worked. It really worked. And that's why they called me, because it worked. Because all of a sudden, this university that had been like Mayberry, everything was peace and love. And then till you brought the black folks and the Mexicans and the Asians into place, and all of a sudden, you got problems in the dorm. You got problems in the cafeteria. You got problems at every holiday. You got problems with this textbook, and you got problems with this professor. You got problems with that holiday. All these different contentious problems started to arise at the university, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. So they brought me in, and it didn't take a long time for me to figure it out, right? Because the students, everybody already knew. It's like, hey man, we're not white. we don't like that. The music that they're playing is not our music. The food that they're preparing is not our food. The way you're approaching that holiday, that's not the way we approach this holiday. This content in this textbook or this kind of language used by this professor is derogatory, offensive, and not tolerable to us. And we're not going to hold our tongues. So it was obvious, right? Like what you guys didn't plan for in the short term was how your tactics and your strategies will help you achieve your long-term goal. They will help you, but they create an immediate effect, and you got to deal with that immediate effect. Otherwise, your strategies and your tactics are going to undermine and destroy your long-term goal. So this university will never achieve its long-term goal. It will never have the kind of brand recognition and the kind of, occupy the kind of space in the people's hearts that they wanted to if they cannot first deal with the short-term effect of bringing in all these non-white students into this all-white environment and dealing with all the contradictions that go along with the school culture, with the university culture. And so the reason why I'm bringing this into the conversation right now is because within Orisha Lifestyle, practitioners have the exact same problem that the university had. That is, you start getting to the point where you realize you have a long-term plan for your life. You have a destiny. You have an identity. You have a mission and a purpose in life. And you start creating a plan for that mission. And then you implement different strategies, right? You go and you consult Ifa, you do different kinds of ceremonies. And then you have tactics. You make sacrifice. You start using different kind of medicines. You use different kind of charms, etc. And those strategies and those tactics create immediate outcomes. You pray for something, you sacrifice for something, you use medicine for something, and something comes into your life. You keep certain observances or taboos. You don't do certain things. You don't go certain places. You don't associate with certain people, and things start to grow and flourish as a result. But some of the things that are flourishing are contradicting with some of the things that you attracted. Some of the things that you sacrificed for are now consuming resources in terms of time, money, energy that you would have been devoting to something else that you were building over here. So now you got to manage, right, all of the different outcomes, the short-term outcomes that are, resulting from your strategies and your tactics. Because if you don't, the things that you have created, the things that you have attracted will undermine or destroy your long-term trajectory. Okay? So, the way that you can continue to move forward, you got to integrate step by step, methodically. You got to integrate all of your blessings and your opportunities into the long-term plan. That has to be part of your strategy. You got to integrate all of your blessings and the things that you learn into your existing process and your existing methodology. This is where your practice comes in. This is what we teach most deeply in the Orisha Lifestyle Academy. You have to have a practice, and your practice has to be based on a system. A system, by definition, is made up of parts. And basically, every system draws in energy. It somehow regulates that energy and then creates a way for that energy to output. Right? This is what system. It could be economic energy, financial energy, could be spiritual energy, could be emotional energy, could be sexual energy, could be any kind of energy. But a system is going to tell you how to manage and distribute and disseminate that energy into power. All systems manage and conduct power. That's what a system does. You need a system which is your lifestyle. There's certain things, there are a set number of elements that go into your lifestyle. And by practicing these disciplines on a regular basis, you're able to then draw in new energy, assimilate that energy, regulate that energy, categorize it, put it where it belongs, and then output it deliberately at the right increments, in the right dosage, in the right place, at the right time. Okay, that's where your practice comes in. This is your daily practice. Then this is what we teach in the Orisha Lifestyle Academy. The importance and the precision of your practice will determine the efficacy of your strategies and your tactics as they relate to realizing your long-term plan for your destiny, for your life, for your purpose, for your mission here in the world. So when I say I'm looking for leaders, that's what I mean. I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for people